Hello and welcome to this week's What's in the Oban Times with me, Ellis Butcher.
Me, Fiona Scott.
And me, Kathie Griffiths.
And also joining us, of course, as ever, in the background, lurking deep in the darkest bowels of the Oban Times IT unit, is our Mr. IT himself, Stephen Day. How are you, Stevie?
I am very well. Thank you for asking.
Good, man. We're all bearing up. We're coming up to week 8 now of the lockdown, but we're getting the paper out, and we're still producing a lot of news online, and the paper is still available in shops, and we've got plenty of news kicking around as well. This week I've been looking at quite a serious issue in connection with COVID, and that is, how much has the coronavirus cost Argyll and Bute Council? Well, that's going to be the subject of a report to a special council committee this week. And the estimates are, so far, is that it will cost £3.8 million, which is quite a sizable sum for a council that's trying to save money. This is not money that the council has spent necessarily. This also includes money that the council has lost. So if you imagine that any other time of the year, the council could be relying on tourists and visitors coming to the area, paying for parking, people putting in planning applications, businesses paying for their bins to be emptied. And the focus of this new report really is to look at how much has our income fallen. And as I said, there are some pretty stunning statistics in there. Council tax collection is predicted to be down £600,000.
Can I just say there, Ellis, I have paid my council tax this morning. I've done my bit.
Well done, Kathie.
There we go.
I'm afraid I haven't yet, but I am going to.
Pay up, Fiona.
What about next month, though? That'll be the problem.
Well, yeah. Take that as it comes.
The way councils work is that they rely on this income to pay for essential services. But
times were hard before, weren't they? Even
precisely.
Before.
That's right. Councils were already, Argyll and Bute in particular, was having to find millions of pounds of savings anyway. Forget about the coronavirus and forget about the money that it's lost. It was already looking to find savings this year. And those have all been knocked out of kilter. So that will be a story, I think, that will develop over the course of the year. It's quite a concern. It's not just about the council making money. It's about the council not actually having the money to pay for services going forward. But anyway, Fiona, what have you been up to this week? How's your week been?
Sorry, you've just totally depressed me on that story, Ellis. I'm sitting with my calculator as we speak, trying to figure out how much more council tax we can afford to pay. But there we go. I think everybody's in the same boat, and we're just going to have to bite the bullet and see what comes up. But yeah, this week I've been speaking to Moto3 racer John McPhee, who of course is from Oban. He's in lockdown at the moment now. John's last race was in Qatar at the beginning of March, and luckily he came home to visit his family after that, and has been here ever since. So he's been chatting with us and letting us know what he's all been up to. Obviously doesn't know when he's going to start again, but he's keeping himself fit. You can find out how he's doing that by buying a copy of the paper. But he's actually quite enjoying spending some time with his family, and obviously his dad, who has a garage. They've been tinkering away in the garage. I think they're fixing up old bikes. So yeah, he's been busy. Kathie.
Okay, well, COVID testing. The army were in the car park at Oban Hospital. They arrived on Friday. They've been there for a few days. Now, this was for people who were either key workers with displaying symptoms, over 65s displaying symptoms, or workers who had to leave the house to be able to work, and anyone in their households who were displaying symptoms. Now, the only issue was, I'm not quite sure how well the message was out there that this was happening in the area, because this was for anyone really in sort of Oban Lawn and the Isles area, which is quite a huge area. People should have been able to go online and book an appointment to go, but because because army plans change quite quickly, I don't think they were able to advertise it in advance that they were coming. And we know that just on Tuesday until lunchtime, there were just 13 people who'd booked to get tested. So, yeah, I think they are going to come back to Oban at some time. We've heard from the local health board that they will do better next time, and they will sort of, make sure that people know that it's happening, and you can sort of go online and book. I think they might be heading down to Campbelltown later this week. So people really do need to go onto the government website, go onto the self-test and have a look, put your postcode in, and that will tell you, the nearest place where you can go and get tested if a mobile unit's coming to your area. So we've been looking at that. Also had a lovely, lovely conversation with Johnny McAllister, who's 80, and bless him, he's been in Oban Hospital for just over 4 weeks battling COVID. And he's put his recovery down to the out of this world magic NHS staff at the hospital, and also, wait for this, this is a hanky warning, a heart melting warning, true love. He says it's love for his wife of nearly 60 years and also got him through the battle. And he's really looking forward to celebrating their diamond wedding anniversary in October. So there you go. That's nice. I know.
Bless him.
So we'll all look forward to seeing that photo in the OT in October. Hey, we might even get a slice of cake if we're lucky.
Now you're talking.
So that, and then another little gorgeous chap called Paul Gillespie, who goes to Park Primary School when schools are back and going on as normal. But he's got his pogo stick, and he's going to try and pogo 50 kilometres this month to raise funds for Oban's MS Centre. That's where his auntie Nick works. So he's got a Just Giving page, and he's trying to raise money for them to help people with multiple sclerosis. And you can get there's the oxygen tanks, the oxygen therapy there at the centre in Glencrute, and I know they're working really hard helping people with that condition at the moment get through COVID as well. So yeah, it's been a good week.
Has he been inspired by Captain Tom?
Do you know what? I didn't ask him. Heck, sorry, everybody, let you down there. But no, I think he's just seen, he has been inspired. He's watched telly, he's seen loads of people raising funds for, for NHS. And then he's thinking of his auntie who's working really hard at the MS Centre. And I just think he's been a good young lad wanting to do his bit. So well done, Paul. Brilliant.
Well done. An absolute round of applause for Paul.
I didn't realise they still made pogo sticks. I'm well impressed with that. That was one of my favourite activities when I was a kid, which wasn't yesterday, before anybody else says it.
Anyone remember Space Hoppers?
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, I went to a hen party a few years ago, and we done Space Hopper racing, which was hilarious. But
any photos?
Not for publication, Kathie.
Well, from pogos and space hoppers to wooden spoons, I've got a question for you all. How many wooden spoons do you think you've got in your kitchen drawer?
Well, I can see mine from here because I've got a utensil holder.
Oh, of course you have.
And there's five of them.
Well, I'm very impressed because there's a new craze that has been born out of the lockdown boredom. Kids, they've been off school for getting on for 8 weeks. Mum and dad been run ragged, trying to teach them, trying to keep them entertained. Well, this is an interesting story that I've been doing this week, and it's about Spoonville. I don't know if you've heard about Spoonville or not, but Spoonville basically involves you going into your kitchen drawer, digging out a spare wooden spoon, creating a colourful character from it, whether it's with paint or felt tips and felt and such like, and then sticking it in a public area, a grass area, where people can see it and people can pass by and it'll give them a bit of a smile. This sprung up actually originally in Berkshire last month, but it has now spread to Mull. It's also spread to Perth. It's gone as far as Australia, and there's one even set up in Wales. And what I've been doing this week is I've spoken to the original first person in Scotland that has decided to set one up, and that's a woman called Helen Dewar, who lives on Mull. So you can read all about Spoonville because they've got some fantastic residents. SpongeBob SquareSpoon, Bart Simp Spoon, and Nigella Spoonson. The only one that hasn't arrived yet, apparently, is Reese Witherspoon. Are you up for that, Kathie?
I am. I'm already thinking we should do our own. Let's do our own and let's get them organised for Friday. Friday when we do our What's for the Weekend.
Is it just me? I'm finding that kind of creepy. Is it not like Day of the Triffids? I'm going to have nightmares tonight about all these spoons walking towards me with faces. A bit sci-fi.
They've only got one leg. They can't walk, can they?
Pogo, Kathie, pogo.
Pogoing spoons. There we go.
But needless to say, as ever, we're always happy at the Oban Times to hear from you. So please stay in touch. Tell us your stories. Keep sending in your photos. If you need to ring us, the number's 01631 568 000. You can email the editor at obantimes.co.uk, or you can even send us a message via Facebook. And during the COVID crisis, we need to point out that you can read all of our stories for free online. And don't forget to pick up a copy of the paper. It's still available in supermarkets and petrol stations and newsagents where they're open. You can also subscribe to the page-turning digital edition of the Oban Times, and you can get 3 months for £4.80. That's a massive bargain.
Cheaper than council tax.
Absolutely cheaper than council tax. So that's all we have for this week, but most importantly, stay safe, stay home, and protect the NHS. So it's goodbye from me, Ellis Butcher.
From me, Fiona Scott.
And me, Kathie Griffiths.